What's up guys, Dylon here, and today is day 7 of the squat challenge, and I still got legs. They're actually recovering all right. I think the recovery days were good. So like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into this video. So yeah, the legs are, it definitely feels like I've been doing squats every day for the past week, but my quads are rock solid, and that's pretty neat, I guess. Be great for short season. But besides that, today I'm going to do the 100 squats. I'm probably going to do some lunges. Those killed me last week. And that was like the catalyst for my legs just being like, why are you doing this? So we're going to do some lunges on the Vitruvian today. Again, if you're going to do lunges, if the alternating lunges, you got to do double. So today I'm probably going to do 100 squats and mix in some lunges for that. We'll see how I do. I think I'll be all right. But just a tip today on getting results and moving forward in life, and something that has helped me is giving up alcohol. And I know another fitness guy talking about alcohol, but one question I asked myself, and maybe I ask you or have you ponder, is when was the last time like you seriously gave it up, and for any sort of prolonged period of time, just because, right? And I had asked myself that question, and I went on stints where I like didn't drink or whatnot, and I really wasn't that big of a drinker my whole life. But when I thought about it, I was like, man, what was the longest time I went without alcohol? And other than 30 days, I don't know if there was a longer time in most of my adult life. And you start thinking about that, you're like, wow, that's a lot of drinking. That kind of stuff adds up. And it does add up, right? Alcohol, if you are of age and you're watching this, if you're not of age, don't drink, right? Don't drink. Don't do it, right? But no, anyways, it takes time from you. That's the biggest thing that it steals from you, okay? It costs money and all that kind of stuff, but you could at least go make more money and do all that. But alcohol steals your time, because once you start drinking, it makes you less productive. And then, of course, the next day with the hangover, you want to focus as well. There's numerous studies, so I'm not just making this stuff up. There's numerous studies that talk about the detrimental effects of alcohol on your health, on your sleep, on everything. And ultimately what that does is over time, it just wears you down. It's just another force in your life that is creating friction, that is stealing your energy, that is requiring you to give more effort than you really need to be giving. So it's taking from you each and every single time. It's like those anime shows or whatever, the superhero shows where the hero has this cool power, or whatever, the mutant has the cool power, but every time they use it, it weakens them. It's like that, right? And over time, it's just killing you. It's killing you faster. And it is making it harder and harder for you to show up as your full self, not only for yourself, but for the people around you. And you see this play out over time. And of course, when we're doing with health and fitness, over time, you notice people with the big beer bellies, and they've gained 10, 20, 30 extra pounds or more. And a big part of that is because of the alcohol, right? You drink the alcohol, you don't get as good of sleep, you consume more calories, you don't exercise as much, and all these little things add up, right? These little patterns of behavior add up to be big things, and they slow you down over the long term. When if you can remove something like that, then you have a much better chance of, instead of decelerating, accelerating, right? Accomplishing things that you never thought you'd accomplish before, having more energy, being able to show up for yourself, having just a strong mind each and every single day. And so for me, when I give up alcohol, I made a commitment to myself to give it up for a year. Don't get me wrong, I like having a drink, okay? And I think if you drink responsibly, there's not anything necessarily wrong, again, responsibly. And that's responsibly like legally, but also responsibly for your wallet, responsible for your health, your family, your friends, your goals. And when you put that in perspective, you really don't need to be drinking that much. But I digress. This is not a lecture on should you drink or not. The point I want to make here is when I gave it up, and it was May 13th. Big part was I had been doing 75 hard all last year, and I had been doing the Live Hard Challenge for the year. And a big portion of that was giving up alcohol, right? Every time you do a challenge, you weren't allowed to drink and all that kind of stuff. It's giving up a lot of alcohol, spend a lot of time not drinking. And every time I go back, I get a massive hangover. I didn't really enjoy it as much. And I just felt lazy, and I felt gross when I would go from not doing it for a while to then doing it. And I realized that if I wanted to get where I wanted to go in life, I had to make sacrifices, right? And one of the easiest things to do was cut out alcohol, right? I just won't do that anymore. Now, it seems tough and it seems daunting when you first do that, right? Because you're used to it. You have all those years, all those days, all that time training, you built into a part of your life. So it seems like you'll be missing something. And from the beginning, it can be. And I like to think, or for me, when I did it, at first, I would have these cravings for it. I'd want to go, or these situations where alcohol was involved. I wouldn't really want to be around that because then I'd want to drink. And then you start realizing that a lot of these feelings and cravings for the alcohol, or even the environments in which you would normally drink alcohol, it's not actually you thinking, right? You've been programmed, your body, you programmed your body and your mind by giving alcohol to yourself as this reward to want and crave those scenarios and want those situations. And so it was like when I first did the 75 hard, I think it took over 30 days for me to feel like I had more clarity in my mind when I was thinking about, did I want to drink? Or was it just a craving, just an instinct, just a programmed reaction my body was having? And that was a really, I think, a cool and unique perspective that I hadn't really come across. And I didn't ever really have a problem, or so I thought, right? I never got in trouble or anything like that. But to be faced with that situation where I was sober for 30 days doing the 75 hard and coming to the realization that I don't know if I've ever been sober that many days in a row, and to see the difference in my feelings and thoughts towards and about alcohol and how I wanted to spend my time because I had removed that option from my life, and to see that progression over that time, it just shocked me that even though I never had a problem, it was never really me making those choices fully. Right? Of course, like I'm responsible for my choices and decisions. I'm an adult, right? I accept that. But I was always under the influence of alcohol, right? Of some form or another. And I could say the same thing about sweets and things like that, right? Any sort of these addicting or very stimulating habits that can be bad for you, they find a way to control you, right? And to be in control and make you think that you're the one in control when you really aren't. And so you make decisions thinking that you're fully conscious and aware of the decisions you're making, but reality is you're being guided by a hand you don't realize that you're being guided by. So that was some things that I learned. So over the past year of not drinking, like, it's been great. I can wake up so much more consistently every single day, and with more consistent energy, I can get more things done. It's allowed me to accomplish more in my business this past year than ever before, right? It's allowed me to just be able to focus on my health and be in some of the best shape. Of course, breaking my arm isn't good, but to still have good spirits and good wills. Some crazy stuff's happened this past year, but because I don't have a substance like alcohol to turn to in those times of stress, I got to turn to other things, and generally I find more healthy and productive things to turn to. And so I feel, even though when times are tough, like, I feel pretty great, right? Because I'm optimistic about the future. But anyways, what I'm not optimistic about, but I'm not, is about how these squats and lunges are going to make me feel. So let's get into these. We're going to start with 25 squats to kick things off, to get those reps in. Then we're going to do some lunges, and my legs are going to cry, maybe. Or maybe not. I've actually felt that once I've started the workout, my legs feel pretty good and pretty strong. So I have liked that a lot. Even though, like, in mindset, I can feel the soreness in my legs. And oh man, if you remember back, if you ever played high school sports, it's like doing two-a-days. It's like doing two-a-days in sports where you're like, you gotta go out, but then once you get out, you get warmed up and start working out, you can do a lot better. You're like, okay, I can actually compete. And I remember in track, some of the days where, like, your legs didn't really feel like they were there. Surprisingly, I had some of the best workouts, some of the best times by doing that. So let's get in and let's do these squats real quick. We had 25 here. We're going to start off at let's get a nice warm up at 65 pounds. I'm still lowering the weight for these because I got a lot of volume over the next, now, 23 days left. So anyways, let's get into this. 25. All right. They go by pretty quick when you do them like that. All right, smooth, consistent when you do them every single day. So anyways, for the rest of the workout, what am I gonna do? Probably do 20 lunges, reverse, then 16, then 12, then probably, maybe I'll double up on the 12. 20, 16, 12, 12, 16, 20, and then get more squats in. How many is that? 20, 20, that's 40. 16, 16, that's 32. So we're looking at 52, 12, 12, 24. All right, 76. It's like equivalent to 30 squats or something. Looks like I gotta do 75 squats. So we're just gonna do more today. So tomorrow is gonna be a fun day to explain how it went, what happened. Anyways, that's it for today. This is day 7. Go out there, get your squats done. Let me know in the comments below if you're gonna do something like this. If you are hearing this, you're watching this, and you're like, I would never do something like that. Maybe that means you should do something like this, right? If you're that opposed to it, why are you so opposed to it? Are you scared? I don't know. Maybe do another challenge. Maybe do push-ups, pull-ups, sprints, run a mile. Like I said before, pick something, do it for 30 days and see what happens, right? Fight through all those emotions telling you to stop and get it done. So anyways, that is it for this video. If you want to get some of the resources and things like that, check the description below for links. If you want to get Vitruvian, go to getmyvitruvian.com or click one of the affiliate links in the description below. That's it for today. I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.